I was wondering if you have any suggestions on drug addiction. Drug addiction is a big problem today. And what drug addiction comes from, without any question, in my mind, is low self-esteem. Every single person I've ever known that needed a substance to allow them to feel functional were not functional because they didn't love, respect, and honor themselves. So the number one remedy to heal yourself is not some magic pill, but it's some magic in your heart. To grow your heart, to understand who you are, to appreciate and honor your life, and to value your strengths. Not to constantly look at your weaknesses and perceive that you're a limited human being without capacity, but to respect and understand that you're an extraordinary human being with the potential to achieve anything you want. Until you're ready to make that change and commitment to that change, you will remain an addict. Every single addict I know, and boy, there's practically none of us listening, including me, that are not addicts today, have the same problem. The food addiction is the number one addiction. It doesn't have to be the notable drug called alcohol addiction. Food addiction is a really subtle addiction. And sugar is the most addictive substance on the planet Earth. Everyone is smiling now because you know the hardest thing you have to give up is sugar. Many of the so-called living fooders listening tonight are so proud of themselves because they eat raw food. Unfortunately, the vast majority of it is sugar-ridden raw food. Fruits, carrot juice, beet juice. Don't be proud of yourself for continuing your addiction. So bottom line is, you've got to change your attitude, and you probably need competent counseling. Most counseling out there around the world today is a waste of time, energy, and it's going to fail. Because it's by self-promoting, vested interest people who want to have you breastfeed off them for the next few years so they can make large sums of money. What you need is a person who's really ready to help you liberate yourself and get yourself to understand you don't even need them shortly. Number two, there is something you can do to help, and that's by consuming adequate amounts of protein. Again, most listeners out there were deeply corrupted by the meat and dairy industry who convinced us, even those of us who are vegans today, some of us actually think, oh my God, is it really true I can live without animal foods? Well, I'm here to tell you, you cannot live on animal foods. And animal foods are not a complete protein in the way we choose to consume them. But the best forms of protein happen to go back to exactly what I've mentioned twice before. Blue-green algae and green algae are by weight over 50%, 100% pre-digested proteins. You want to regulate blood sugar and prevent your need for addictive substances, at least on a physical basis, you take those. Wheatgrass is a complete protein. Every ounce is one absolutely totally digested gram of protein. It will regulate blood sugar. Green drinks made of such things as sunflower, mung bean sprouts, more protein than a soybean, phenomenally important to regulate blood sugar. And of course, the consumption of soaked and sprouted nuts and seeds. All of these things are going to help you on a physiological basis, but until you're ready to change the channel in your mind and raise your self-esteem, I don't care what you eat, what supplement I give you, and what you take, you're not going to be over addiction. That's why 95% of the people who are addicted to drugs or alcohol never fully and totally recover. That's a shocking statistic. It's an appalling statistic. And why? Because nobody addresses what we're now talking about. And the so-called psychology they give is more like boot camp stupidity, not psychology. So let's go on to the next question now.